What is going on YouTube? JP here, going to run through our SPY chart for the day, and then I will talk about market sentiment and tech, and then maybe a couple other tickers if we have some time. For today, though, yesterday when we went to bed, or rather when I went to bed, markets were green, very green. And this morning when we woke up, they were bloody. VIX is actually over 31, which is extremely high. I don't know that it's been this high since COVID, which means trading is going to be very volatile today, and it's going to be prone to the short sellers, or rather in favor of the short sellers. There's a lot of fear. So for today, though, critical levels that I'm looking at are going to be the after hours highs and lows. So we'll go to a 30-minute and we'll show extended hours. First SPY, we're already falling off of a rug here. You can see we gapped up very nicely, and then at about, let's see, 4 a.m. we just tanked, and it's continuing to go down now hard. So for today, I think that the safest trades are going to be short. The VIX is just so high. They're talking about raising rates 8 times, which I don't think is going to happen, but there's still that conversation, which is causing a lot of fear. The reason I don't think it'll happen is our Fed will do pretty much anything to stop the market from crashing, which we saw all these past couple of years. And the 8 rate hikes would certainly send us into a steep correction. Steeper than this. And this is pretty crazy. So for today, though, let's talk about the morning expectations. I do expect to see maybe a couple minutes of strength at open. And during that time, I will be taking a short position. I'll alert that one to Twitter for free for everyone if you stop by my Twitter. But I am going to pick up some puts expiring today just because I do think the sell pressure is going to get a little crazy. I think that we'll see a very bloody day. Very bloody. So tech, let's go to the QQQs. They are down from 400 to 346 now, which is a pretty massive correction, and I think it's on the verge of entering into a bear market, which is 20%, which we're just about over. So that is pretty crazy correction there. Yeah. Personally, I don't subscribe to the narrative that value is going to beat growth this year. I think that for the time being, it's already destroying growth. But how long does that last? When there's a lot of fear, people are going to put their money into lower beta stocks. They're going to take money out of growth. They're going to put it into dividend stocks, into things that they feel safer in. I think that might be making this a little bit worse than it is. But again, bonds are shit. No one's going to put their money in bonds. And growth will probably beat value always. But we were clearly in a little bit of a bubble that needed to be popped. So for today, no expectations of a bullish turnaround at any point. I think that we see sell pressure almost the whole day. And we'll try to trade around that to get some better opportunities for when we do want to go long. But yeah, let's get into wave counts. So when you're looking at bearish pushes like this, you got to count how many waves things are moving down in. So let's just draw it real quick. We got 1 down, 1 up, 2 down, or 2 down. And then what we can expect is, because this isn't an ABC anymore, the B leg was too long and too strong to just be a regular ABC. We can actually expect this to be a 5-wave push down, meaning we can expect wherever, here's an easy way to trade the next trade, wherever we find support from, we can take this, activate it, and then bring it over. So let's say we find immediate support today and bounce right back up. and do our fourth leg up, a little bit of a retrace and find support here, resistance here, then we could actually expect us to come down to wherever this leg ends. So it'd be 425 range. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your wave 1 and wave 5 are generally the same length. So we just have to wait to find the bottom of wave 3. So right now we're in wave 3. It's still going down. We're going to trade it to the short side. Once we start to bottom out and start breaking resistances, we'll wait for our, we'll enter long into some scalps, and then we'll wait for our final short push. So that should happen all within this week. So we're going to do a short trade today to capture the rest of this downside energy, and then eventually buyers will step in. Once those buyers step in, we'll close out our shorts and we'll look to enter into a final wave of shorts once we find our fib levels. Once we find the bullish pivot of wave 3, we'll find our fib levels and our expected pivot of wave 4, which will be pretty short, and then we'll find our expected wave 5 end. And that'll give us our macro price targets and our macro trading expectations. Invalidation of this would be breaking back over 458, which I don't think happens anytime soon, considering the VIX is just boop, skyrocketing. So for today, though, definitely anticipating some bearish energy, unfortunately for the bulls. Let's crush the day. Let's make some money. Check out my Discord if you haven't. Make sure to like and subscribe the video. And let me just clear up my numbers real quick, and then I will put them at the end of this. So for today, our important numbers for SPY are our after hour numbers. So if we want any chance of bullish, we need to be above the 441 mark. If we're not over 441, I don't think we should trade long. And then for bearish, we are looking at anything below 438 is going to be pretty bearish. And the reason I said 438 is because our close yesterday was 437.74. So if we're below yesterday's close, it's not ideal for bulls, and then because it's so oversold, I just gave it a few extra cents. So below 441 bearish, don't want to trade long. Below 438 bearish, don't want to trade long. Below 441 want to go long. QQQ numbers, we are looking bloody. So QQQ is trading down at the 346 levels, and it was just trading at 400, so that's brutal. QQQ numbers, we're actually looking at 329, the 138. Old fib, so these are old, but it could still hold. You'll see it bounced off them before. So 138 would be 329. So our first price target, though, is going to be 341 today. So shorting QQQ to 341. Same thing, after hour numbers are going to be important. So if we want to play bullish today, I wouldn't really want to do that unless we're above 354. Bearish today, anything below 350 plus a little change. So let's go to 352. Anything below 352, pretty bearish. I did want to do one more ticker while we are in here. I am going to be including tickers from my Discord. If you're in the premium Discord and you request a ticker, I can absolutely throw that on here and do those in the morning real quick. So that's going to be stock plug today. Just coming off of some very nice highs, 46 just a couple months ago in November, and it is down to 20 today. Shit, that's a very big sell-off, one could say. So unfortunately, just looking off this first hand, you can see we already failed this support range at the 25s, 24. And as soon as we did, boom, quick, another 20% drop. I'm sorry, 10% drop. No, 20. Yeah. And then for today, though, or for plug, though, there really isn't much more to see in the terms of supports. So we're looking at 20 to 1737 is the last tiny bit of ranges that we have left, and it didn't trade there for very long at all. So I would be wary of plug until we start to see curling, just because we don't know how far down this will go. It could go, way below 10. It could go to 17 and pivot back up to 40. We don't really know. So rather than trying to guess, since it's already way past our demand zone, right, we want to wait for it to come back through the demand zone from the bottom side to trade that long. All right, I hope these videos help. We're sitting at 10 minutes today. Let me know in the comments what I can do to improve these and what you would like to see on the next video. Thanks as always, and check out my Twitter. I will be posting some of my trades for free today. Cheers, everyone.